Hello. Hi, everyone. Hi, it's Jane at Better Reading, and this is Better Reading B. And I'm actually sitting here laughing to myself because my stripy shirt is off balance and I can't work out which hand to put it up to straighten it. So we might just leave that. It's not full dyslexia. I have a little bit of dyslexia, but it's not full dyslexia because it is actually, I'm seeing the video and it is back to front. So anyway, where are we? Let me see who we've got coming up here. So as I said, it's Jane from Better Reading, and this is Better Reading B, where we talk about our titles that, you know, are all about wellness, health, be well, be happy, be inspired. Hi, Natalie. Hi. Hello. Okay, we've got people coming on now. So I've just got a few little books to talk about today. I'm reading some great titles at the moment, but I'm also listening to titles, and I do find, and I think we've been talking about that a little bit more, I do find that I actually listen to a lot of my audio books. I listen to them in the car or when I'm walking the dog. So to my nonfiction, sorry. So yeah, I'm constantly reading novels for work, but I do like to read these books as well. So give me a shout out and let me know if you listen to audio books and what type of audio books you listen to. The first one, I'm just going to mention this because I've been listening to this, How to Do the Work by Dr. Nicole Lapera, and she is she's huge apparently because I now follow her on Instagram. She's got a lot of followers. I hadn't heard of her before, but this book is actually excellent and it's been on the top 10, and it's all about addressing your issues and trauma, and she is a holistic psychologist, so she does know what she's talking about, and she draws on a lot of the same techniques and methods that Sarah Woodhouse draws on in You're Not Broken, which, you know, I really enjoyed this book and I was talking about that for a few weeks. So it's a lot of similar stuff. She also talks about trauma and how trauma is now being recognised as a valid condition that really actually impacts your life, but not only that, as something you can move forward with in life with very simple tools and heal. So You're Not Broken, I spoke about that at length a few weeks ago, and I love it. I have handed that out to a few people, actually, a few people I know who need it. The latest one is Dr. Nicola, Perez, How to Do the Work. And I do like in this, she actually sort of starts with you are your own best healer. And I like that because we know what's best for ourselves. So it's important to sometimes go out there and get help, but ultimately to know that we, the power lies in us to actually help ourselves. The conscious self, becoming aware. And this is something that I am really fascinated by as a long-term meditator, just consciously becoming aware of your own thoughts, and how that goes a long way towards healing any issues that you have. This one, I won't go into it too much here, but she writes about trauma, which is a great part of the book. It's really fascinating. But she also talks about epigenetics. And that's another subject that fascinates me, and I'll try and find a book that is actually on that, and we'll talk about that at some stage. But How to Do the Work by Dr. Nicole Lapera is fabulous. Another one that I'm reading at the moment, and I haven't got this one on audiobook, but I think I might get it, but I have been reading the book because it is actually really beautifully written. There's a real sort of peace and gentleness about this book, and it's Martha Beck, The Way of Integrity. And what I like here is she talks about the word integrity has taken on a slightly prim, judgmental nuance in modern English, but the word comes from the Latin integer, which simply means intact. So she gives an example of if you're sitting on a plane and an announcement comes on and says, there's a technical issue, we're just not going to fly yet. You don't go, I just want to get there. I don't care if there's a technical issue. You actually want that plane to be intact. And it is a matter of integrity that plane is intact. And she uses that example, which, really, yes, I'm afraid of flying, which I will work with this. But yes, you do want the plane to be whole. And that's what she talks about as an example for us, that when you're going through your life with integrity, true integrity, then there is a wholeness and a balance to your life. So I've just started reading it and I'm really loving it. I'll let you know more about it as the weeks progress. A little shout out to this one is out next week, and this is 12 rules for living a better life. I'm going to talk about it more next month, but Reverend Bill Cruz, this landed on my desk, okay, and I kind of went, I'm not so sure about that. But I picked it up and started reading it, and I wasn't able to put it down. And then I got him on for a podcast. So Cheryl has actually spoken to him, and it was a wonderful conversation. And this is a really, really lovely book. Not out until early May, and I will talk about it more in May. So let's have a look and see who's on. Hi, Melissa. Hi, Sue. Natalie, I've just read a couple of Dr. Phil's books, which I love, for practical common sense books. Absolutely. And I love that. Do you listen to audio books as well, or do you read them? But I think a lot of these books that are, sort of termed as woo-woo or self-help books are actually practical common sense, and you can incorporate a lot of these tools into your life, and it has a great impact on your life. Hi, Tracy. Hi. Stephanie, where's that? Sorry, that's just mixed up. Sorry, it's gone too high. I'm trying to find the comments here. Linda, hi. Natalie, read Brene Brown's Daring Greatly a few years ago and loved it. She is amazing. I love her. I'm not sure if you've seen her Netflix show or her original TED Talk that she did, but she is incredible. And whenever she has a new book, we'll try and bring it out like here. I'd love to get her on for a podcast, actually. But what I love about her is that she is a researcher. She's an academic. So she collects the data before she writes these books. And they're really, really important books about things like shame and courage. And, so, I love her. That's great that you're reading her. Hi, Mary. Hi, Sharon. Cheryl says, halfway through Shallow Breath by Sarah Foster. Oh, I haven't read that one. Okay, so I'm going to talk a little bit about this book, which I've fallen in love with. It's a year of loving kindness to myself. Now, wouldn't we love to have many years of loving kindness to ourselves? But instead, let's just try for one. So this is from Bridget Lowry. And I love on the back, it says, an exquisitely unembellished Zen lesson in the art of attention. So it's a small book. It's hardcover. It is absolutely a beautiful gift for a girlfriend or for yourself. And it is a series of essays. And each essay is exquisitely written, and it just kind of takes you through months of the year and different topics just to kind of think about and reflect on. I'll give you an example here. So she's got the months of the year here, and each one, beginning, slowing down, having fun, working with difficulty, loving kindness to my feelings, acceptance. So these are topics that she covers in these beautiful little essays. And then she's got, at the back, she's got things like on Friday, on death, on things to do when life goes sideways, on friendship. It's kind of like little lists, little essays. My favorite all-time book is The Pillow Book of Sai Shonagon, that was written 1,000 years ago by a Japanese a woman in the Heian court in Japan, and she wrote in a similar manner. And it's the perfect book, like Sai Shonagon's book. You can pick it up anywhere and you can gain something from the book, or you can read it from, cover to cover. And I've done both. This is March, okay, having fun. All right, and I wanted to show you this particular chapter because I think that, when you're adulting, you often forget to just enjoy yourself and have fun with the journey. We have so many responsibilities and things that, and sometimes you don't learn to have fun in your earlier life, and this is what she touches on here. And so she spent March learning to have fun, and it's something that I have, well, I wouldn't say that I'm a serious person. It's something certainly in recent years that I've paid more attention to and made sure that I've gone out and done fun things and had fun with my friends and with my family and everything, because quite often time passes and you realize you just, it's not that you're unhappy, you just haven't been having fun with it and having fun with life. Loving kindness to my feelings is another one here. And I love what she's written underneath. If you can, it's probably back to front, but it's already here, let me feel it. So I love this. And this is one thing that I've really taught my sons, is that it's just a feeling and this too shall pass. And she writes this exquisite essay about that, about, acknowledging how you feel and the feelings that come up, and not being too attached to them, just knowing that they're going to pass, because everything does. And this last little one here at the end of the book on gratitude and joy. She talks about the amygdala part of your brain. I can't pronounce it now. It's part of the limbic system of the brain, and it looks out for disaster in the wiring. So kind of, it's wired for stress. It's actually wired to run away from lions or something like that and then to return to normal. But we live in such high stress times that it's constantly on, and we're constantly having this kind of like stress chemicals hitting our body. And one of the ways to shift that in your life is gratitude, and sometimes you might not feel gratitude in the moment, but if you remind yourself of what you're grateful for and make little lists and things, gratitude can come and suddenly everything changes for you, not only in that moment emotionally, but chemically as well, which is really important. So this is a year of loving kindness to myself and other essays, Bridget Lowry. It is a really beautiful book. I highly recommend it for Mother's Day or for gift or just for yourself for the weekend. So let me see. Linda, Year of Loving Kindly sounds really inspiring. It really is, actually. I've just bought a copy of My Inner Sky by Mari Andrew. It looks beautiful. I'll make a note of that and have to check it out later, actually. Thanks, Linda. Mary, fun is important. It is, absolutely. I'm going to have fun tonight. I'm going to the opening of the Sydney Writers Festival. So yay, a little wine, have a bit of fun. Hamilton Sisters is a nice read. Joy Bell, I loved that. I absolutely loved that book. Thought it was fabulous. Natalie, my dad's favourite saying was, this too shall pass. Well, that is my favourite saying to my kids. Even when they're really happy, I remind them that that's going to pass too. It's true. It's all transient. Don't be too attached to it. Anyway, so I'm going to head off, and thank you so much for coming on today, and I'll be back next month with some more Be books. And until then, be happy and be well and be inspired. I'll see you next time.